Hello again, everybody. This is Shihan Strecker, and I hope you're enjoying your holiday break. And would like to welcome you to the second video of our 2012 preview. Deemed this year, the coming year, going to be the year of awesomeness. Obviously, coined from Kung Fu Panda and Po. And just lots and lots of things that I've been working on day and night, and wanted to get this video out to you to start showing you some of the things that I'm working on and will have up and running by the first of the year when we get back from the holiday break. First and foremost, again, this is the second video. If you have not seen the first video, I'll put a link in the email that you received to watch this video as well. And you also want to make sure that you've downloaded your schedule, as there are new class times and class categories. So I spent the day going through Kicksite and promoting everybody that needed a promotion to the new belt color system. And all of that is described in the first video. But again, please make sure you have a new schedule so you have the new class times for the coming year. Also, if you are friends with any other families at the karate school, I realize that email doesn't always get sent or received all the time. So if you want to double check to make sure that your friends also have received the new schedule, or at least know about it, we do have a couple of people that don't have email or internet access at all. So definitely want to make sure that we try and reach everybody we can before the holiday break is over, and that everybody knows about the new system. All right. First and foremost in this video, hyper training is here. You may have seen a couple of the posts that I put in Facebook over the past week or so. And what we're going to be doing is hyper training is going to be the secondary training. If you download a new copy of the schedule, the demo team practice has been replaced by hyper training, and hyper training is basically going to be open to a lot of students, not every student, but it is going to be by invitation, and I'm hoping to have this started in late January and up and running by February. But hyper training, if you haven't seen any of the videos, is going to be the new modern day exciting training that you see in all of the karate movies. It includes all of the spins and flips and really sharp moves that the kids really want to learn. And the thing that hyper training brings to the table, when I've been watching this for the past couple of months, what I really liked about it is they talked about the dedication and focus and relieving any and all boredom with the martial arts. Hyper training really tries to elevate your martial arts training to create a martial arts athlete. And what they talk about is just the dedication and focus that a child can sit and play a video game and die 100 times and they're still focused and they still want to play that game. Well, hyper training is looking to do that for martial arts. They're looking to be able to give the students something so challenging and so fun that they're just going to stick with it until they're able to do it. So that's going to include things like cartwheels into spinning aerial kicks, into aerial cartwheels, into just crazy gymnastic type things mixed in with martial arts training. So very excited. This is a lot of possibilities and a lot of exciting things. So we're going to have more information about this in January. So keep an eye out when you get back from the school. You're going to start seeing some posters in the karate school. There's going to be a clothing line. So a lot of things that are coming down into the school as we get into 2012. We talked about a new curriculum design, so I wanted to show you that, and that's going to be the main bulk of today's video. And so again, surveying parents, as I talked about in the last video with the yellow belt and gold belt. One of the other questions I asked about was if they would be interested in more self-defense. And the results were 100% of the parents surveyed said that they would like to see more self-defense in the system. And then also 100% of the parents surveyed wanted to see or would like to have a written curriculum. Well, certainly with those type of results, I absolutely can't say no or ignore that type of number. So here we go. I've in the middle of still putting all of this stuff together, but what you can see now is on this screen, we have a life skills for children in the martial arts program, and I've broken it into two categories. We've got a school safe, street safe system, which is going to be knowledge-based self-defense self-defense, and I've broken it into 4-week segments in multiple blocks, and you're going to have full written definitions of all of this as we move through the system in classes. So just a quick example would be the ABCs of conflict resolution, teaching the students that A stands for avoid potentially dangerous situations, B is be calm and breathe. The C in conflict resolution is going to be communicate with confidence, and there's a D which is don't make it worse by arguing or fighting. And we're going to be talking about each of these each week in classes and giving examples and role-playing scenarios so that the students really get a firm grasp of how to remain safe not only in school but out on the street. On the right side, we've got the same process with our character development program, so really stepping it up on both of these as you guys asked me to. So I've pulled out all the stops and very excited about the depth that this program goes into. When the students come back from break, we're going to be talking about good attitude. Your attitude is contagious. Is yours worth catching? And then in week 2, having a whatever it takes attitude. And then week 3, having an attitude of gratitude, making sure that we're thankful for the things that we have. Number 4 is how to be a good finder. And then week number 5 is going to be loyal to those not present. And again, each week we're going to be talking about these in depth. We've got some really good stories that are going to tie in. We've got some role playing and some definitions and a lot of great material for you, the parents, to talk about with the kids while you're out and not at karate class as well. What you're also going to see is the whole essence of the karate system is going to become much more in-depth. So this is a sample of what our beginner curriculum is going to look like. And so each block now, we're going to go to what's called a rotating curriculum. And each block is going to have a form, a self-defense, a combination, a character development skill, and a school-safe, street-safe skill that are required in order for the students to pass or promote to the next block. And so once they promote from a block, the strike testing is still going to be similar in that level. Or in the idea of what you've seen before, they're going to be able to earn a stripe. But now, instead of just saying, okay, show me your kata, great, it looks a little bit better, here's your stripe, here's a whole system now that mirrors the education system that the kids go through with school. So they're going to have a physical requirement with their form and their self-defense and their combination, and then they're going to have a mental requirement with their character development and their school-safe, street-safe program. And again, so this seems like a lot more, but what I really like about it is all of it broken down is a lot simpler process. So instead of learning a 20 or 30 move kata and saying, okay, you've got to be able to do this in order to promote, now we've got a lot of very basic things, and not basic as in easy, but basic as in practical, and the students are going to utilize these right away. So the ABCs of conflict avoidance is something they can go to school tomorrow and start applying immediately. And that's what I really enjoy about this process. Now, once the students move up into the intermediate system, it gets a little bit more complex. Now, instead of having 4 blocks in the system, there's going to be 12. And now, again, remember, or please take note, I've been spending, actually, we learned about rotating curriculum probably about 5, even 8 years ago. And so I've always been interested in the process and was never really able to understand it completely enough to introduce into the school. Well, working with Kiyoshi Kovar, he was able to explain all of the ins and outs for me and really helped me put this whole thing together. So I plan on sitting down with all of you and explaining in depth a lot of the ins and outs of the rotating curriculum. But right now at this point, just showing you that overview. But once you move up to the intermediate ranks, as you can imagine, as an intermediate rank, it's a little bit more material. So now you've got 12 blocks instead of the 4 blocks that you had at beginner. And what's really cool, when you go to the advanced stages, guess what? It gets a little bit more. So you've got more material now. So you've got 16 blocks in order to promote up from the advanced stages. So again, it doesn't really matter. Don't worry too much about how does this work, how does that work. I'm going to answer all of those questions when we're back in classes, but I just really wanted to show you the written depth that we're going to with this. And I also have the whole new message of the week program. I'm in the process of writing 30 brand new messages of the week. Here's an example of one. We're going to be working on amends and making amends. And what I've discovered in a lot of my studies and research is that people retain information a lot better if it's in a story form. And so instead of just kind of sitting down and lecturing to the kids, I'm really working on how to create stories or parables or little things that are going to help create conversation and give them that anchor so that they can remember that, oh, that's what we talked about in karate class, so that when they're outside of karate class and something clicks, that they're going to be able to make that tie, and then that's going to be a skill they're going to be able to use for the rest of their life. So 30 brand new message of the week program or messages coming down. So I'm in the process of writing those. Again, you're going to have a written sheet of the curriculum and the block that we're in for your child or for yourself if you're in the adult program. And so it's definitely going to be an awesome year. I'm just taking a quick break that I wanted to get this video done and out for you. That's what I've written up so far, and I think I might be about 20% done, so I'm going to jump back into work here. So I'm going to end the video with this. Hope that you're having a great break and holiday. Enjoy your new year, and I will see you guys soon.